This video is completely 100 million trillion % optional. Please, if you don't care to watch it, don't. We're not going to learn any new commands or any new syntax. All that I'm going to do is show you a little peek behind the scenes in Git. We're going to take a look at that .git directory, and I'll show you proof of head, how it works, or the fact that it's just referencing a branch, and that each branch reference is referencing a commit. All right, so let's go ahead and hop over here to our road trip playlist. We are on this 2000s branch. Let's go back to master. So git switch master. And on master, it's very simple. We have 2 commits, and that's it. And we can see that head is referring to master because we're on the master branch, and the master branch is pointing to this commit. This is the most recent commit on the tip of the master branch. Let's take a look at this commit hash. It starts with 93E. Let's just remember that, 93ED. 93'd. Okay, so remember that. And now, remember we have this hidden directory called .git, and inside of it, I'll just cd inside, cd.git. We have this thing called head. And head, if I take a look, I'm just going to use the cat command, is referencing this other thing, refs/heads/master. So in other words, this is, I'll simplify it, head is pointing to the master branch. If I switch branches, git switch oldies, whoops, can't do that from here. I have to back out. Now if I switch, because I was in the .git directory, it gets very confused. Git switch to oldies, and now I take a look again. So I'll do cats.git/head. I'm now outside that folder. See this? It now references oldies. So if I switch back to master, and I take a look at head, it's now master. So that thing, that file called head, is just referencing a particular branch. Now this thing here, refs/heads/master, or refs/heads/oldies right here, they actually reference a particular commit. So let's take a look. I'm going to open up the .git directory now. I've opened up the .git directory just in Finder here. And let's take a look at this refs/heads/master. So refs, heads, and you'll see there's a file for every branch that I have. And in each one of these files, there's just one thing. I'm going to open it in my text editor. It's just a commit hash. It's just a pointer to a particular commit. And head, in turn, is pointing to one of those branch references. So remember, head was refs/heads/master. That's what it had inside. And then if we look at what that actually is, it's a commit, 93ED. That is where the master branch left off. That's where the bookmark for master branch is. Now if I switch to the oldies branch, nothing changes in this master reference, right? But we know that my head changed. So we could take a look at that again, cat.git/head. There it is, head/oldies. And if we look at that, oldies, it says the last commit on the oldies branch is 7ffd. And if we type git log, that's exactly what we see, 7ffd, right? So we can see that all over the place. You know, I have this 2000s branch, and it says the last commit on there, 02f4. Okay? And so if we switch to that branch, git switch 2000s, type git log, there it is, 02f4. So each one of these is like a bookmark. It's one of these branch references. So we happen to have, 5 of them instead of 2 in this diagram. Each one refers to a commit. It just stores that commit hash in a file. And then head changes. This file right here changes depending on what we have checked out, which branch we're currently on. So again, this really doesn't matter if you understand it or not. In terms of using Git, it's not a big deal, as long as you understand the fact that head is just whatever you're currently checked out on, whatever what branch you're on. But behind the scenes, this is the mechanism. It's just a file, and it references a particular branch reference. We look at those branch references. They, in turn, refer to a particular commit. So pretty simple when you look at it this way. So hopefully this diagram plus this starts to sort of congeal. Branch reference points to a commit. This one points to a different commit. Head just points to one of those branch references. So we can stay on dark mode, or I could toggle back to master. But these stay the same. The branch reference, they both stay the same. Head is all that's changing until I do more work and make new commits. Anyway, totally optional. I'm sure I'm boring you to death, so I'm going to stop. Bye.